I think it has been widely covered most of the issues, but just as representing one of the largest utilities in the country, the power generating utility, let me assure you that we are putting all the efforts so that you can go on getting the power as per demand, and that too also how we can make it cleaner. So first of all, as you all will be knowing that this is a very heartening journey to note that we have already electrified all the villages in the country, and by all probability by 31st of December, every house will be electrified. And as we know that there is no other form of energy which is cleaner than electricity as far as the home is concerned. I think that's what the topic is saying, the clean energy in every home means we are going to provide electricity to every home, and that is the cleanest form. So now the challenge is going to be how we will make sure that it is reliable, means 24/7, yet it is affordable. This is the question which probably when I was thinking about the topic which comes, and how we can maximize the usage of electricity. As of now, most of the homes in the villages, it is being used only for about, let's say, lighting, maybe for fans, tomorrow it will be for other forms. But I think there is another big opportunity is like what Gurdeep was just mentioning about the induction cooking system, which can go in a long way, and nonetheless about the electric vehicles. I believe that with the more and more exploitation of the electricity from renewables, mainly solar, the decentralized generation can happen in the farther areas, mainly remote areas, far better than what we can meet the requirement in the cities. And that should start providing the cleaner form of energy in the homes. As of now, as we all know, the per capita consumption is around somewhere between 1100 to 1200 kilowatt hour, which is likely to be almost 3 times very soon, and we have to keep meeting this requirement, and we must see that the incremental capacity what we are adding, that should be coming from the cleaner sources. So it's not only that in the home we are cleaner, but we have to be cleaner at the source of the generation. And that's where I think many of the steps what are being taken. One is improving the efficiency of the generation. So we have been moving towards the more efficient power plants. And we have to see that how we can go on making the other power plants which are older are also cleaner. We all know that as per the Paris Agreement, as Rajan Sahab has mentioned, that we had commitment, but we are not really concerned about those to meet, because we are moving quite a good speed, and as of now there is no concern to meet those. But what we have to start looking at is that how we can exceed on those going forward. Some of the steps what we are doing as NTPC or doing as a power sector, one is moving towards almost all incremental generation from coal which is going to come is going to be from supercritical, and we along with DHEL and IGC are working on the advanced ultra supercritical technology which will be more efficient, and efficiency and the cleanliness will be almost directly proportional. Fleets of older units, how to convert that into more efficient and more environment friendly by fitting SGDs, DNOx, and more so going forward what we have to look at is how we can minimize the water consumption. We are switching over to air-cooled condenser wherever possible, so that water consumption in the power generation is the minimum possible. We have already moved to most of the locations about the zero liquid discharge. The another area where the cleanliness really play a major role is the ash handling and the production of the ash and utilization of the fly ash. So that itself is a very, very important, and we are looking at how we can really capitalize that waste of the byproduct into some usable elements, whether it's construction of road or construction materials. All of you will be knowing that it is being utilized in the cement manufacturing. They are blending about 30 to 35%, but we are looking at whether we can really utilize this fly ash to 100%. That will reduce the energy consumption requirement for the other activities, especially the cement. It can substitute in many of the forms. We all know that there is a complete focus on the renewables, and there are many concerns, which is that going forward, if we are adding more and more renewables, whether it is going to increase the cost. In that step, I would like to thank Ministry of Power and especially Secretary Saab himself, that we have come out with a policy of, Ministry has come out with a policy wherein it is now allowed that along with the coal-based plants, we can blend the renewable whenever it is possible and reduce the load on the coal-based power station and blend that renewable with that. So what it will ensure is that it is not going to increase the cost to the discoms and in turn to the consumers. So there are many steps which are being taken. The another one is very important, whether we can have more and more efficient operation in the case of the national merit order, and that is going to help in cleaning the grid or draining the grid, what Gurdeep was just explaining. So I don't want to go in again at the cost of repetition. The other few steps what we must take, not as a bigger corporation, but as a kind of decentralized generation, is it's not going to be only solar or wind, but we should start seeing that how we can utilize the biomass. I think we all know that what is the problem, what we are facing these days. We are working along with many other agencies, how we can help to collect, to convert that into kind of pellets, and we can utilize those pellets. And at some stage, we should start looking at some kind of co-generation of the tri-generation, in case wherein we can generate power, we can utilize steam, and we can convert some of the others into, whether it's cooking, whether it's laundry, or those kind of things, where it can be a decentralized solution, which will be helping in the decarbonization, and which in turn will be sustainable and making it greener and access to each and every home. With that, let me just wish all the best for the next 2 days session, and please feel free if there is anything we as NTPC can